Hey guys, thanks for clicking on this video. This is my April favourites and it is pretty much beauty orientated, bit of skincare, a little bit of hair care and makeup. Last month, by last month I mean April, I only picked up a handful of things actually in the fashion world, probably I don't know, 3 or 4 things. Not a lot for my spring wardrobe, but I will link below last week's video because I did style up those key 3 pieces and just sort of show you how I am really enjoying wearing black and white at the moment, in their entirety, that is, all black and all white. But I'll list that video below in case you haven't had a chance to check it out. So keep watching and I'll talk you through my April favourites. So I've also got, as much as I'm going to tell you about the things I am loving, I've just got a couple of things that, I don't know, are kind of working but not quite hitting the mark. And I'll sort of perhaps add them into the video or at the end or something like that. But first of all, I'm going to talk about a little bit of skincare that I've been enjoying. This is from L'Oreal and it's their Age Perfect Golden Age, and it's like a revitalizing essence glow, shall we say. It is for mature skin. And as you may or may not know, one is 50 at the moment. So yeah, I've been using this. I literally probably did purchase it at the very beginning of April and have been tending to put it into my nighttime regime. It's probably not a step that you need to put into your nighttime routine because it kind of brightens and lightens and gives that sort of radiant glow to your face, which you don't necessarily need before going to bed. But I just mix it up sometimes. I'm a bit of a product junkie, as you may already know. And in the morning, for my kind of reviving product, shall we say, for the face, I use the Kiehl's reviving oil and I absolutely love it. But just sometimes you just want to do something a bit different and mix up your steps a little bit. So that's where I've been popping this one. So as much as I have been using it at night time, I've also been enjoying it during the morning as well. And it's literally an essence. So you drop it out. I do 2 or 3 drops. I don't know if you can see there, but it's like a watery texture, shall we say. So I just rub it between my hands like that and then just sort of pat it into my skin, and that's after I have used my toner, my glycolic toner. I go in then with the essence and then I would go on after that with a little bit of serum. But I just like it. It's a step that's just really refreshing and it just gives a little bit of a glowy, radiant, dewy kind of look to your complexion. So I'm enjoying that. Another item that I mentioned in my nighttime routine that I'm kind of sort of on the fence with a bit, but I've come up with a way of really enjoying this product, and it's by My Nature from New Zealand, and it's their replenishing night cream. And it's with coconut oil and it's infused with vitamin E, rosehip oil, hyaluronic acid and argan oil, and I love all of those ingredients. It smells absolutely gorgeous, this stuff. So it's just a white moisturiser. Smells like coconuts, but when I put it on my face, which I've mentioned in a previous video, I'm not sure. My skin can be sensitive to new products, and a lot of people actually don't get on with that sort of coconut scent on their skin. So I kind of just add a little bit of the, you know, the blotchiness come up from a product that perhaps your face is sensitive to. So I eased back from using it on my face, but I've been using it on my neck and my décolletage, anywhere else basically, because it is beautiful. It smells gorgeous, like I've said, if you like coconut, and it's got all those other really beautiful ingredients in there. So I am hanging on to this because I think as we warm up and the temperatures get nice and warm for us through the summer, or if we're going on holiday, I am going to be definitely taking this because it's replenishing. I think at the end of the day, being out in the sun all day, you have your shower, and just to sort of pop this onto the more sensitive areas of your body before perhaps going on with a body lotion for the rest of your body. So I'm definitely going to take that with me on holiday. Next, let's jump straight into hair care, shall we? So I've only really got one product that's new to me this month and I wanted to try it out because it's the Stafford Coco Loco Blow and Go, actually, their Genius lotion. I love this Coco Loco range anyway from Stafford, but I always, on wet hair from the shower, I put it up in one of those hair turban things, and then once it's been in there for probably about 10 minutes, I'll take it out. And the first thing I go in with is a little cream leave-in conditioner. Now, I like this one. I will continue to use it because I think it's all about how much you actually put on your hair. It recommends the size of a Brazil nut, which is potentially about that big, maybe. That was too much for my length of hair. It left it quite tacky, and it didn't. I like to feel my hair, like if I'm sat, you know, in the evening of the day that I washed it and I'm running my fingers through my hair, I like it to feel soft, and that just left it feeling producty. You know, you could feel the product and that tackiness in your hair. So the following times I used it, I just used less product, and I like it. But what I just wanted to say is the Lee Stafford, and this is their Argan Oil from Morocco, their Ultra Hydration Lotion. I like this a little bit better. I bought this one though a good couple months back, earlier in the year, but it was on like a clearance price. So I picked it, I got it for like £3 or something. So I'm wondering if it's actually being discontinued. I don't know. But luckily I've still got quite a lot left. And I'm tiny bit more warmed to this product. It doesn't leave that same kind of textury tackiness to your hair. It's a lot more sort of softer, and my hair I think feels softer after this one, tiny bit more than this one. So next I want to talk about a foundation, and I was definitely caught up in the hype of people on YouTube advertising this foundation. I saw Fleur de Force, who you may or may not know. I saw Tanya Burr, who I absolutely loved, and she's the reason why I pretty much do this YouTube, because she was one of the first videos that I started watching, and I just fell in love with her character. I thought she was amazing and still is, and I just love her videos. And she and Fleur had been sponsored by Max Factor for this Miracle Touch foundation. So I fell for it, didn't I? So basically it's a solid foundation. It's a bit like a stick foundation. You know, you get your liquid foundations, you get your cushion foundations, you get your dry, you know, you get your powder foundations, and the kind of stick foundations, which are more of a solid form, is very much like this, but in a little bowl, shall we say. I'm not a great lover of stick foundations. I know I haven't tried that many, but the ones I have tried, I don't know. They don't sit on my skin quite as well as I would like them to, because I think the actual concept of a stick foundation is fabulous for like travel and chucking in your bag to put touch-ups on through the day if you're going out in the evening. I think the concept of them are fab, but I haven't just quite found the one that I like. So I sort of thought this was a similar concept, as in you literally just take the lid off there. You know, it's all in a solid form. It's a little bit weighty. It's kind of like a toughened plastic. It feels a bit like glass, but I don't know that it's glass. I'd say more of a toughened plastic. And you get in the lid there your little sponge applicator, which I obviously haven't used because I enjoy applying mine with my little trusty foundation brush. This is just a dense sort of lovely, actually. It's really good. I use it for all my foundations. I sort of go with the brush and the beauty sponge. This one I just picked up in a supermarket, Sainsbury's actually. I don't know if they stock it anywhere else, but it's Beautopia. Can you see that there? But it's just really nice. But you know, any kind of Real Techniques brush or anything like that would make one of these dense foundation brushes. But I've got the shade Natural, which is 070. Obviously in store you're a little bit limited to your shade range, but this actually has worked out quite nicely for me. You can see it there. It's nice at this time of year. I may have to just sort of buy maybe the one shade a tiny bit lighter and maybe mix the two a little bit, perhaps in the winter. But for now, actually, because I kind of want a little bit more warmth to my face. I'm not saying I've got it in my skin because I haven't been in the sun or anything like that, but I don't mind having a little bit more warmth in my face. And I just really like it. It's actually got some good qualities as well, because it's got hyaluronic acid in it and it's SPF 30. So as much as we should never rely on our makeup's SPF, it's always good obviously to put that layer on underneath first. I think it's just handy and nice to know that you also have that in your foundation. It does actually blend on really nicely. I find that when I first put it on, I do find areas that I'm not happy with, you know, within that first 5 or 10 minutes of application. I'm a bit like, oh, I don't like that way it's sitting on my skin. But just let it settle. Let it settle half an hour to an hour. And once you've, obviously all your makeup is on by then, it looks really nice. I am wearing it today, as you can see, I'm sure, because the way I'm indicating to my face. And I just really, really like it. Makeup goes on top beautifully, obviously, they usually do. But I just like the way it sort of gives a nice, healthy sort of canvas to my face. It's not a matte foundation, but it is certainly not a glowy one. It there's no tackiness to it. When you touch your face after you've applied it, it's absorbed nicely and it sits nicely in that sort of demi-matte, shall we say. So like I say, it's not sort of quite a draining matte. It just sits nicely, almost enhancing your natural complexion. So if you were particularly dry or particularly oily, this would just sit nicely where you probably want your skin to be. So the look of this on your skin, I think, gives you that. So at the moment, like I say, I've only been using it for the last week to 10 days, maybe something like that, and not religiously every day, although more often than not, to be fair, because I obviously wanted to try it out because I knew I wanted to mention it here. So yeah, I'm really, really impressed with this one at the moment. And how big a pot is this? This is 11.5 grams. It's quite a hefty pot actually in the amount of product. I think that'll take me a wee while to get through. So enjoying that. Okay, so I could not mention this little gem. This is probably one of my faves for the whole month actually. This is Isle of Paradise and it's their face tanning drops. Well, it's actually their body and face tanning drops. I got the shade Light. There are 3 ranges, 3 different shades. I think it's like purple, green and this sort of peachy, pinky shade for the light colouring. Like I say, I picked this up because I just wanted to try it out. I wanted to basically add a little bit of colour, a little bit of glow to my face and see how that would work through the summer. So basically it's a dropper like that. So you just literally drop a sort of a splodge with your moisturiser. So you put your moisturiser on your fingers, I tend to here, and then I splodge a good quarter pipette, sort of 2 or 3 splodges. So it almost ends up looking a bit more of this, bit more than the moisturiser. But anyway, then you blend it all together and you rub it into your face. Smooth it, obviously massage it into your face. And it wasn't until I actually got this product home that it says face and body. Wow, yes. So after all the prep for self-tanning, I then went in with my body moisturiser and obviously dropped quite a few more drops into it, probably 4, 5, 6, something like that, and then moisturised my body. I tell you what, it does smell a little bit like fake tan, but I'm not opposed to that. It's nicer than fake tan. It actually leaves a nice little smell on your skin, but I can tell it's because it's the fake tan, but I do really like it, so I actually enjoy the smell afterwards as well. But yeah, I love it. It gave me a lovely, healthy glow onto my skin. I did look tanned. I would imagine I did this last week. I haven't done it since. So although I still look a little bit glowy, I don't know, I don't think it can still be from that, but it left me looking really nice for a good 3 days, going on to the 4th day, which I thought was absolutely fine. You know, I've exfoliated and shaved and done everything I need to do because I want to do it again tomorrow. So I am really, really enjoying Isle of Paradise self-tanning drops at the moment, and the main reason why I picked them up is because they are on offer in Boots for about £12 or £13, and they're usually up in the early £20. So to be fair, the fact that I've used this on my face and body quite a lot, I think, I'm only here, so these drops are going to last me quite a while. So the next little product I'm going to mention is this bronzer from Rimmel, and it's their natural bronzer. This I picked up because I am going on holiday this summer, and it's actually a waterproof bronzer, which I thought was pretty cool. I am one of those kind of people that will need to put something on my face before going even to the pool. I'll be putting my waterproof mascara on. I will probably do my brows. to be fair. And I will put a bit of bronzer on, I'll put some concealer on, and I will probably put a little bit of blush on and something on my lips. It won't be like a full face, but it will be something, because that's just the way I roll. So I wanted to have another bronzer, why not? So I thought I'd just try this, and the fact that it had waterproof on it, and it's actually SPF 15 as well, which I think is pretty cool. I hadn't seen that in a bronzer on the high street for a wee while. So I thought I'd pick that up. And it is just a matte bronzer that, you know, I didn't want all the shimmer. I just wanted a matte bronzer. And I've got the shade 122 in Sun Bronze. And I really am enjoying this. I've been reaching for it every day for the last 2 or 3 weeks. Love it. Right, let's see. There's a couple of little eyeshadow pots I've picked up from Boutique, and they are a range that is found in Sainsbury's, which is a supermarket over here. So I've got one in Gunmetal, that's what it's called, and the other one in Platinum Blue. And they come in these little pots. God, look at that blue, it's gorgeous. And you can see all the little granules in there, can't you? So that's Gunmetal Blue, and you can just sort of, can you see that there's like different iridescent-y sort of shimmer in there, but in a good way. You don't have to look like you got blue eyeshadow on. You can just blend it in. It's quite bluey grey, but it's really pretty if you want a more of a smoky eye. I am a bit more of a sort of golds, browns, bronzing kind of girl on the day-to-day. That's the Gunmetal, so it's more of that sort of deeper grey, but again, you can layer them on quite thick if you want more of the smoky eye, or you could go in just quite subtly, which is what I've done today, because, you know, I tend to go for a smokier eye of an evening. I don't tend to rock that through the day much, but sometimes you just want to step aside from your neutrals and your browns and all that, don't you? So I picked those up and absolutely love them, and they're pretty long lasting as well. I do tend to wear most of my eyeshadows now with a primer, because I think the effort you put in, and put in all your, whether it's creams on your eyes or shadows, I do kind of like to fuss around and blend a bit, and then, you know, if you haven't got a primer on, it's all a bit of a mush by lunchtime. So I'm enjoying using those along with a primer, and it just gives a little bit of something extra on my eyes. So a little blush I wanted to mention, because I am loving my cream blushes at the moment, and I have this one on my cheeks right now, and it's one of these little pots from Max Factor, Miracle Touch Creamy Blush, sorry. And I have the colour, it's 09 Soft Murano, and it is quite a sort of a berry red tone. I have the sort of neutral peaches, I have a pink, I have more of that sort of terracotta brown kind of shade. So I've got all of those tones, and I just wanted something a bit more berry toned, a little bit more deeper on the redder side, and that kind of ticked the box. It is a beautiful creamy consistency. That's the colour straight from the pot. That's the colour on the back of my hand. Obviously I've put loads on there to show you the colour, but you can see that if you put half that amount on and blended it out, you kind of get what I've got here, and it's that beautiful healthy glow. And I think, you know, with the tan in the summer, that's going to show up and just give a little bit of pop to the cheeks. So really, really liking that one from Max Factor. Two lippies I wanted to mention. I would wear them for different, you know what it's like when you reach a lippy in the mornings, which one I'm going to put on. It's a feeling, isn't it? It's a look and a feeling for what you want to wear that day. So these are quite bright for me, because I do tend to, like today, stick to the more neutrals, but I love them. I just think summer's coming, let's get out there with some colour. So this one here is, I'll do it down here, is a beautiful, it's called Pink Brandy, I think. Hang on, I will check that for you. Yeah, Pink Brandy 825, and again, this one's from Max Factor. You see the packaging there, it's really cool. So you can see the colour of the lipstick and the gold packaging there, so it's really nice. And it is just a regular lip colour, but it's very nice. There, you can see it. It's sort of coming out a bit more pink there, I think, but it's almost red. There's a reddy sort of undertone to the pink, so it's quite vibrant, almost corally. But it's really, really nice. And I've been tending to sort of just go more to the outside of my lips with this darker shade, and then go in with a slightly paler nudie shade and just sort of blend them all in together. And it's gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. See, that's the colour. And I'm looking forward to rocking that this summer. This is another little gem from Bourjois, and I do love these little liquid lipsticks. They're fab. And this one is in the shade Don't Pink of It, number 10. And it is a matte finish lipstick. It's a liquid lip, this one. So you got it on your little spoolie there. And this one is again obviously pink, but it's more a proper pink, that proper sort of more magenta pink. But it is so nice, and it is so comfortable just to put onto your lips. And the staying power of these liquid lips is gorgeous. That's why I think when you have a really strong colour on your lips, you just want it to hang around, because you've tended to maybe not put so much makeup on the rest of your face, and you've maybe just toned back the eyes a little bit, and then you've gone wham with the lips. Kind of, if that washed off within an hour, then your face would look, wow, you know, what's going on? But if it's there for sort of lunchtime, maybe beyond, depending what you had for your lunch, the whole look is there for a long time, and I think it's just fab. Just finishes off a look brilliantly. And there it is again. It's just a beautiful deep pinky rose, and it's really nice, and I think they all would complement any skin tone, especially, you know, going on in the summer. Gorgeous. So next I'm going to mention the couple of things I'm not that happy with, okay? And I've read some reviews online, and I don't think everybody is all that happy with these either. And they're from L'Oreal, and it's their infallible eye pencils. What are they called? Gel crayon waterproof eyeliners, okay? So I got two shades. I've got this coppery one, you can see there, and this brown. So the brown's called Brownie Crush, and the copper is basically Super Copper. Now, that's... Can you see the nib there? How can I do this? I don't know, that's probably too far away. Right, so the nib is a little bit stubby there, you can see. You can see I've used it, and it's been worn down. I'll show you this one, because I'll probably use this one a tiny bit more. So you can see the nib there. You know, I'm way past needing to sharpen these, but you can't sharpen them. I've tried. It's like it's made out of something that's almost like a plastic. It's not wood, and the pencil sharpener just doesn't, there's nothing to grip on, so the pencil sharpener doesn't sharpen it. So that's why I looked online to see what's going on. You've got all this pencil, and I can't use it any more than, I probably used it for about 4 days, and that was it. So this end moves, but when you twiddle that end, nothing happens. You'd think maybe the nib would move up through the pencil. Absolutely nothing happens. So I'm a little bit peed off with that, because although they're what, I don't know what these were now, anything between £3 and £5, you know, it's money. That, and I actually really love the product. You know, they're waterproof, so they stay on, and this brown was my perfect eyeliner colour that I could just blend and smudge and make the perfect sort of eyeliner everywhere I wanted on my eye, and I knew it would be really good because it would stay there all day. After a week or so I can't use them now. Because I can't use them now, I went out and bought another one, which I made sure it was one of the wooden eyeliners this time that I could sharpen. And this one I picked up from Bourjois, and it's just one of their kohl pencils. I got just the brownie shade because obviously that's what I wanted and that's what I was now missing. This is just brown 004. And it's just an eyeliner. I don't think it's waterproof, so I mean it stays on, you know, it stays on, does its job through the day. But I was kind of thinking of when you go on holiday or when it's really hot and sweaty, we just want that sort of slightly more staying power to your eyeliner. But for now, I really just like that. It works really well. I just want that one to be sharpenable. Anyway, that's fine. I'll get over it. The next, let's talk about one more goodie and then a couple of yum yum yum. So this one's from NYX, and it's their lip pencil, and it is basically my improved lip colour. So it's my natural colour, if you like, which I kind of thought is quite nice when you use a lip pencil is to just use your colour lip as the outline. This one I've gone a bit deeper, tiny bit deeper, not a lot deeper. What shade have I got? I've got Natural. So I'd obviously think that it's quite a neutral and universe lip liner shade. So let's just put a bit down here for you so you can see. Oh dear, was that the best way to do that? Let's do it over this side. Right, down here. So it does look a little bit browny there, but it is just a deep pink to slightly cool tone brown in there. It's just perfect as a lip liner. Blend it in a little bit with your finger and then go in with whatever lipstick you want, and it just shape and gel. You know what lip liners do, but it's just a good universal all-round colour. And this is from NYX. Did I even mention? I think I did. So 2 products. Let's do the slightly worse one first, and this is the L'Oreal Infallible More Than Concealer. It was quite hard to find my shade, but I think I got there in the end and I got Cashmere 327. I so wanted to like this, megally wanted to like it, because look how much product you get. Look at the size of that. Fantastic. You could almost use it as a foundation. It's one of those, look, that collects the product in the tip there, so you get loads on your spoolie. But I don't know, it's just, it was okay, but it creased where other concealers creased. There was nothing outstandingly special about it. So I stick with my Maybelline Fit Me and my other faves, which was a bit of a shame because I had high hopes for this one. But yeah, it's kind of one I'm not reaching for, so don't waste your money necessarily, I would say. And the very last product, now I was on the hunt for a new SPF because I needed to find one, particularly as we're coming into summer, and I did a bit of research online, and then I actually took a trip to TK Maxx and found this one from Cooler, and it's their Cooler Sport, so it's good, it's waterproof, it's everything. It's SPF 50, it's UVA, UVB, it's 70% plus organic products inside it, and it was cheaper than what it was online, so I picked it up for $4.99. I think it's just me with SPF on my face. Again, I'm persisting with it, but it just, you know, I wear it when I put it on for the day, you know, when I take it off in the evening, I've got the odd little blotch, and I think it's probably just my skin, you know, so I'm not blaming the product, which is why I'm continuing to use it, because I want my skin to just get used to it actually and not react to it. I've tried looking at the ingredients and looking at other ingredients in other SPFs to see if I can find that thing that's not getting on with my face, but I can't narrow it down, so I'm just going to persist. So that's why I'm putting this sort of on the fence, because it may break you out if you were to use it, but I heard such good things about it. It just glides on. It's just a white SPF there. After I've moisturized, I then just rub this, blend it all in, all over my face and down my neck. Absolutely nothing wrong with the product. Smells pleasant. Yeah, it's just what it does to my skin, and it's not horrendous, which is why I'm gonna persist. But that's why I want to just put it at the end, because if you have got especially sensitive skin, I don't know, I'm still on the hunt for the perfect one, but if I can get there with this, I'll be highly delighted. So that's the end of my April favourites, and I've had to move my leg a little bit because my foot's gone to sleep. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. Some of these products I am in love with and I'm going to enjoy continuing to use. I hope you're having a fantastic time right now, whatever you're doing, and I'll see you very soon. Bye guys. Don't forget to subscribe before you go. Bye.